Alright, so welcome back everybody. So for this video I wanted to share with you guys the progress I've made in getting to learn Crystal Miners and to play it pretty soon here. So a while ago I finally printed out, got the Crystal Miners printed out, and I decided to have it all laminated. So the thing is about this is setup of this game is you're going to need a pencil or a pen for each player. So I thought rather than having to print out again and again and again the player sheets, I decided to get them laminated, and then instead of pencils and pens, I've got dry erase markers as well. So now, I've got dry erase, which is nice. There's no erasers, I don't think, on these. But, paper towel or something like that will be just fine to clean these off. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll use these instead of pens and paper, which, I think would be better. Anyways, and then, so I've got 4 of the player sheets printed out, okay? And I've got more than 2 of these markers, but you'll see why these 2 colors were chosen for this video, while the other 2 colors were not in a moment. But yeah, that's part of the setup you need. Now, since it's a print and play, you have to provide a few other things yourself. So you also have to provide 4 sets of 25 cubes, wooden cubes. I didn't do wooden cubes, but I got cubes. I got lots of cubes. I'll show you guys in a second. So 4 sets of 25. So you'll need 100 cubes to play a 4-player game. And so that's what I did. I got cubes. I got these cubes. They might not be big enough, but I like them much better than wooden cubes for sure. I think these will be fine using little cubes instead of big cubes. So I've got orange. I've got orange. I've got purple. And then the other 2 colors I've got are green and red. Hence why I showed you guys the dry erase markers. I've got green and red cubes. So I've got enough cubes for a 4-player game. So that's nice. What else do I need though? You also need 7 dice per player as well. So I did get some dice. So here we have some dice. They're pretty nice dice too, wouldn't you say? I think so. And yes, I've got green and red dice. But I only have green and red currently. I'll have to get some more dice, I guess, for the other 2 players in the future. But I've got enough for a 2-player game, so that's nice. And these are really nice green ones, too. The red ones are pretty nice as well. Got these on Etsy, same with the cubes, from the same person who made these cubes available. Also made these dice available, so that's cool. Board Game Modder is the Etsy one I got it from, Board Game Modder. So yes, so now I've got more than enough dice here. In fact, I've got more than 7 red. I've got 10 red and 10 green dice in here, I think. Or is it 8? No, it's 10. 10 of each. So I've got more than enough dice, and I guess I can always scrounge up other dice to play a 3-player game and just mix and match the dice until I get a purple and orange dice to match the cubes over there. But still, enough for a 2-player game, so that's nice. And then, so I got the cubes, and I've got the dice, and I've got, well, my version of a pencil and a pen. The only other thing I need that I don't have is I need to also get 25 coins, but I've already planning on ordering them soon. So soon I'll have some coins as well. I need 25 to 30 in value. So I'd either need 31s or, I'm going to need a little mix and match of, some 5s in the mix, right? But yes, that's what I'm going to also need in order to play this game, which I don't have just yet. And then the only other thing I would like to get is a clear container that can fit the rule book and the player sheets and the board here, okay? And obviously my components and dice into the container, so that way I don't lose anything. And then I'll be ready to finally play Crystal Miners. So while you're still here watching this video, if you're still watching it, I wanted to share with you guys, I got some Above and Below promos as well recently. So I just wanted to share with you guys what they look like and what I think they do, because I did look them up on Board Game Geek. So we have a new key card, okay? And you'll notice this one has a cider token, and it's pointing to, well, the spots where you normally put goods down to get victory points at the end of the game, and obviously to increase your currency each round. What this key card allows you to do is it allows you to place cider tokens on here, on that board. So that way you can get more money faster, more victory points faster, potentially, right? And normally in a normal game, when you play a cider token, you just hold on to it. You used it, you don't get to use it again, but you hold on to it because you can get victory points. Certain cards give you victory points if you have cider tokens, right? So this gives you another location to put them if you're the player that gets this promo, obviously. Then we've got another star card that just is that just costs a lot of money, but gives you tons of victory points, right? This one's pretty cheap, and it gives you some victory points off the bat, but it gives you 2 points for both of these. For every civilian you have that has the feather and the hammer. That's nice. And then this one's interesting. So maybe you're the player who doesn't seem to get very many villagers at the end of the game. Another star card, by the way. So what if that happens? What if you're a player who has like only 3 villagers at the end of the game, or only has 4 villagers at the end of the game? Well, this one is expensive, but it can give you a ton of victory points if you only have a few villagers. And it's not worth nearly as many if you're the player who got all the villagers, right? But I have noticed in some games that there have been some players who have only 4 or only 5 villagers at the end of the game. So this would be perfect for them, I think. A nice little extra way to score points for the players who don't get as many villagers as everyone else does, you know. So that's interesting. So those are the 2 promo cards that I got for Above and Below as well. So thank you guys for watching this little video, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.